What's up people, I'm Anushri here at Nush Blush. I'm a freelance makeup artist and a skincare enthusiast. So today I'm going to be doing a first impressions try on and swatches and review of these three palettes. These are by Nicka K makeup and I got these three shades of them like a while ago and I've been so excited to try these on. I mean, look at them, they're so pretty. This is like a plummy shade, it's called Sugar Plum. There's a very, it's called Under the Sea, but a very summery theme going on here. And this one is called Poison Apple, very fall collection type. So yeah, I just want to put these to the test. I want to see what kind of look I can come up with. I'm going to be swatching all three of these palettes, so make sure you stay till the end. So before we get into the try on and swatches and everything, I just want to talk a little bit about the brand. So the brand is called Nicka K New York or NK Makeup, how they've actually written it on their palettes. So basically it's a New York based brand and they're cruelty free and very much affordable, and they seem to have like a really large range of makeup products. I actually bought these off pokemakeup.com. I will have it linked on the screen and in the description box down below. So I paid $1,099 for all three of these because there was like a offer going on, so that's a pretty good deal for three eyeshadow palettes. If you're a beginner, this is a good start for eye makeup. The packaging is a little tattered. I don't know whether they had stored it in a wrong way because there are like a gajillion scratches all over the like the front part. So I don't know if it's like stored badly or what, but that's the one thing I actually did not like till now. I haven't even like ripped these open yet. So I'm hoping that the eyeshadows are pretty good. So before I bought these palettes, I didn't really see a lot of reviews on them like on our Indian YouTube base. So I just thought I'd try them out for myself, and probably if anybody is interested in these palettes. So this is what they look like when they're open. I mean, I think out of all of them, I'm really like drawn towards this, and I think this would really match my dress today. But this is so summery. I want to try this on too. I'm so confused, like I'm just like bleh. I want all of this on my face. I'm going to be starting with Under the Sea palette, and I'm going to be taking this shade right here as my transition shade. I'm going to go in with a really like fluffy brush like that, so that it's like equally just whoa. Okay, so it has like a little bit of kickback, which usually means that the eyeshadow is pretty pigmented. So let's see. So I'm just like using it as a transition shade before I go in with anything else. That's why I took it on a fluffy brush, and I've really barely dipped into the palette. I want a really light wash of that color. Make sure you tap off the excess because there's a lot of kickback. So not a lot, like there's a little bit of kickback, so you don't want to have all kinds of fallout on your face. Next, I'm going to go into the Sugar Plum palette, and I'm going to be taking this shade right here. It's like a pinkish purple, slightly darker than the other pinks. I'm taking that on a thinner, let me show you this. Basically, I took a little bit on this flatter blending brush, also tapping off the excess. So I'm going in like inside into my crease, the socket, and really digging my brush in there. I'm going in with a little bit more, so I build slowly. Don't go with too much at one point, like especially if you're starting out. You're just gonna have like a blob of color and don't know how to blend it out, so take it slow. I'm also blending it a little bit above into my transition shade because I just want them to melt together. I'm also taking the previous brush and just blending the edges out. So I'm happy with my crease shade and my transition shade and all of that. Next, I'm going into the Poison Apple palette, and I'm going to be taking this shade right here. It's like a nice dark burgundy shade, and I'm going to be using it in my outer corner, like this outer V. I'm going to be taking that on a flat shader brush. This is really small. I'm gonna be packing it on first, like placing it on first, and then I'll blend it out. That's not very pigmented, or as pigmented as I hoped it would be. Okay, so with this shade you have to like really pack it on to see the pigmentation. I made like a small V kind of shape, and then I'm just going to find my brush and then blend it out. I'm gonna go in with a clean fluffy brush and just blend out these edges. I'm gonna be going in with Under the Sea again, and I'm gonna take this shade right here. I just want to tone down the pinkness on the outer corner. So the brush that we were using, for that burgundy shade, I'm just gonna flip it over, use the dark brown shade. To tone it down just a little bit. And then I'm going to take that blending brush again that we used to blend out the burgundy, and I'm just going to blend that all out. Okay, so I like how this looks now. I'm just gonna do the same thing on this eye and be right back. Did a lot of blending and a lot of fixing because this eye is a little tougher to work with. It has a lot of folds. Like, this is still easier to work with because I have like a hood here, but this is always patchy because of, I don't know, whatever reasons. So it takes more work to do this eye. Anyway, so I managed to make them look similar. Next, I want to try one of their metallic shades, like their shimmers, and I'm very excited because cannot make up my mind. Okay, so I swatched a few on my hands because I couldn't decide what to do. So I am actually choosing the Poison Apple, and I'm going to be using this shade from, here. This shade from this palette. Now, this is a very coppery shade. This is the shade. It's a very coppery shade. I'm going with a copper shade right now, and maybe I'll change my mind later. But let's see how this goes. So I'm just gonna take it on my finger. These are very crumbly, so these might give you a bit of fallout, if not a lot. So I'm just gonna pat it onto my lid instead of just rubbing, because I'm doing it very gentle because I do not want fallout. Wow, this shade is pretty. I don't think the camera is catching how beautiful this shade is. This is really pretty. I'm just taking a flat eyeshadow brush like that, and I'm just gonna move this around a little bit on the eyelid so it doesn't look messy. I'm actually impressed because of the price of these palettes. This brush basically helps even out the eyeshadow that you just applied with your finger. I didn't get like fallout, but I did get like a few specks of the eyeshadow because it's very crumbly and it's very pigmented. So I'm just gonna like dust it off with this really fluffy brush. I just want to go in with this shade. It's a very metallic shade. It's kind of pretty, so I just want to put it in the center of my eyelid. I'm going to use my finger again to just place it there. Oh yeah, that looks really nice. I hope the camera is picking it up because this is so pretty. Okay, so I'm just gonna blend out the edges with my flat blending brush so that everything seems seamless. And as for the outer edge area, to clean that bit up, I'm just going to use the brush that we used for placing these colors because it still has a little bit. Just gently going over that. So if you're like new to eye makeup and like experimenting with shades, so I suggest you do your eye makeup before your face makeup, so in case you have a fallout you can just wipe it off. For my brow bone, I want to use like a matte eyeshadow to highlight, so I'm going to be going in with Poison Apple again. This one, really nice matte shade. I'm just taking that on a pencil brush like that and just highlight right underneath that brow bone. So before we go onto the bottom lash line, I just want to line my upper lid, and I'm going to be doing that with this shade. This is the Under the Sea palette, and this grey shade right here. Looks very blue on camera. I'm going to take a very thin angled brush. So this is a trick that I do to really like enhance my lash line. So I go really close to my lash line here. Well, you can see the difference. Like I've put this darker, really dark eyeshadow really close to my lash line, and there's none of that here. So you can tell that this side looks a little bit more defined. Usually I do it with like a dark brown or like a black shade, but I guess in the spirit of trying on these palettes, I'm just gonna stick to this. I mean, it's not bad, but not what I was looking for. I don't like wearing kajal, so this is my way of defining my eyes. I like how it looks now, so let's just go to the bottom lash line. I actually really want to try out this neon pink. It's not even coming off as neon on the camera, but come on, this pink is amaze balls. It's really not coming out the way it is on camera. What I'm going to actually do is I'm going to take that really small flat eyeshadow brush that we used for our V, remember? So I'm just going to take, so the shades that I took here, the burgundy shade and the brown shade, I'm going to be using that right in this part, like not even halfway through. I'm just going in with that burgundy shade first. And make sure that you connect with the eyeshadow on top, so there's no disconnect, it looks like part of one. With the same brush, I'm going to go in with the brown. I'm not going in with different brushes because the whole point is to imitate what we did on top. Now I'm going to take a really small pencil brush like that. It's very tiny. And I'm just going to, I hope you can see this, really blend out the edges on that. I'm going to take that neon shade from this Poison Apple palette. I'm taking that on a very thick, densely packed, small, tiny ass brush. Is everyone as disappointed as I am? It does not show as pink as it should. It's supposed to be pink. It looks like the rest of my makeup. That's kind of sad. I'm going to take that same matte eyeshadow from Poison Apple that we used to highlight the brow bone on that same, whoa, too much, on the same brush, and just highlight the inner corner. I really like how it's come out. It looks so pretty. Now to complete the eyes, I'm just gonna curl my eyelashes into my mascara and be right back. This is the shade Poison Apple. This is Under the Sea. this is Sugar Plum. I can't decide a favorite out of all these three. I kind of used all of them. I really like the pigmentation. It's pretty good for the price because it's not like you apply the eyeshadow and you're just like, where to go. It packs quite a punch, so which is good. Like, I really am impressed with these eyeshadows. It's really good for the price point, and I'm so glad I tried these out because this look is top notch. This is just one of the sets. They have 3 more. They have so many different colors. Make sure you really check out their website, but I really like this. I like the whole pink theme going on here, you know. So that's the finished look. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. I hope you learned something. If you did, make sure you give this video a like and also subscribe and click that notification bell so you're notified every time a new video comes out. And yeah, thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.